So today let's talk about the difference between learning objectives and learning outcomes. I hope you know that the two of them are not the same. There is a very big difference between learning objectives and learning out. In this video, I'm going to be highlighting 4 major differences between learning objectives and learning outcomes. I know that as teachers, we use them interchangeably. Sometimes we say learning objective is learning outcome. Sometimes we say learning outcome is learning objective. But today I want to clarify the difference and let you know that they are 2 different terms. Number 1, learning objective is teacher focused. It explains what the teacher intends to do in the lesson, while learning outcome actually describes what the learner walks away from your class knowing or doing. What the learner has been able to learn how to do is what is referred to as learning outcome. So, while a learning objective may sound something like, in this lesson, I will be teaching or I'll be explaining the concept of photosynthesis to my learners. A learning outcome rather, should actually sound like, at the end of the lesson or by the end of the lesson, learners now are able to, or learners were able to. So you see the difference. Learning objective says, I will be teaching learners the concept of photosynthesis. Learning outcome says, learners were or are able to describe the concept of photosynthesis. You see the difference. Number 2, in terms of time frames, learning objectives are written before the lesson. It is what you intend to do. While your learning outcome should be written after you have taught your lesson. That is why it should sound like learners were able to or learners are able to. Number 3, so while your learning objective states what will be taught, a learning outcome actually states what was learned. You see another difference. Number 4, learning objective describes the intention of the instructor, you the teacher, while the learning outcome describes the learner's experience. Learners were able to. Learners are able to. That is how it should be written. So you see that most of the time, when we write our lesson plans, we should start with learning objectives and finish with learning outcomes. That's why you see most of the debate now around whether learning is actually taking place in the classroom. We are not actually able to tell. Why? Because majority or many of the times that we plan our lessons as teachers, we start with the objectives, but we never clearly write whether the objectives were achieved or not. Now, I know you will say, oh, I actually finished up my lesson and I say my objectives were fully achieved. No, that is not how to describe a lesson where the objectives were fully achieved. Don't just write lesson taught, objectives achieved. No, you should write it as learning outcome. There should be a section where it should be written learning outcome. And you write your statement in a way that it describes what exactly your learners now know, what they are now leaving your class knowing how to do. If you have learned something from this lesson, from this video, like,